In this video, I'm taking a look at the Crazy Tube Circuit's Venus, an overdrive with a tube inside. In the box, you get the Venus, a manual, which is very extensive, your 5-year extended warranty with Crazy Tube Circuits, some little rubber feet in case you don't want to put it on your pedal board, and you get a power adapter. But I'm not going to use that because this is the UK version, and I am in Austria. Yes, so this is the Venus from Crazy Tube Circuits. It's a modern homage to the BK Butler Tube Driver. On the top, we've got knobs for volume, bias, and drive. Then underneath, a 3-band EQ, high, mid, and low. In the middle just there is a tight switch for tightening up that low end. And here we have a line driver, which is a boost. Top that off with a soft touch foot switch and top-mounted jacks. And you've got yourself a very, very tidy pedal. And it is the size of a regular pedal, which is about half the size of the original tube driver. It does need a power supply that gives you at least 400 milliamps at 9 volts, and then it internally boosts that up to 15 volts. The original tube drivers were powered by the wall socket power, and then internally they starved that down to 15 volts, which usually caused background noise and hum. And apparently, this Venus is not doing that. So in this video, we're going to find that out and other stuff like what does it sound like with a bunch of guitars, etc. I got to try it at NAMM in 2025 and I've been dying to get it in the studio since January. So far, I've been running it through the Fender Deluxe Reverb, which is very, very clean. I'm going to put a bunch of guitars through it and make sure you hear what I think I would want to hear with this pedal. So this is in the strange tuning. I'm going to swap that up straight away. So at the moment, it's just adding that little bit of hair. Let's do a bit more of sort of hairy stuff. Dying to really push this. You might look at the bias knob here and it's all the way up, which doesn't mean I'm adding. The 0 position on this, which is normal bias, is at the top. So anything else will change that bias from the normal setting. And we'll play with that after I've played with this drive. All right, obviously the noise has increased, but not as much as I expected. And that is a beautiful kind of fuzzy sound. Right, let's push that tight button in and see what that does. It is just very simply making it clearer. I do have the drive all the way up, so let's try that again with the drive in the middle. It's just making it sound like easier to mix. And if you're in a band mix, yeah, that's going to be very helpful. Can we do the same with the EQ? I don't know. Let's find out how powerful it is. So that's a pretty powerful EQ, especially with this high knob. That's really nasty, but almost in a good way. Hang on. If you're listening on a phone, that probably just blew your ears out, so I do apologize. I kind of like it, but only as a character tone. Not as a... If I went to a gig and the band had a guitar player and that was their main tone, I'd still go. Anyway, let's have a look at the line driver. This is a boost. Yeah, that's a boost, all right. It's just giving it more gain. How much gain? Does it tell you in the manual? Let's find out. Line driver. Select between the unbuffered instrument level output of the pedal version or the buffered line level output of the rack mount unit when pushed in. Okay, so the rack mount unit had line level. So wow, so we've got a rack mount version of the BK Butler Tube Driver and the pedal version, all crammed into a tiny little regular-sized pedal. However, the knob that I'm probably most interested in, apart from the drive, is the bias. This is where things could get spitty or spluttery or just weak. I don't know what to play. Yeah, it's got weak because we've got the wrong bias for the tube. But what if we go bias all the way down and drive all the way up? And we'll put the line driver in a moment. about that? That's the best part of a Velcro-y fuzz without being too crazy. Oh, I know that's going to sound good on. No, not doing it. That's great. So when I heard it at NAMM, it was like, that's a good fuzz. Does it do anything else? Yes, but it also does one of my favorite things that fuzzes do, which is that. I need some alone time with that setting. Let's find out something else. Let's put some humbuckers through it and give it even more gain. Oh, yeah, more sustain from the guitar because of the humbuckers and other things, but that was seriously loud then. I have found that unity gain here on the knob, at least, is not quite unity gain. You need to get a bit over 12 o'clock. But let's tighten that up a bit. That is a great sound. That is a great sound. I'm going to try and get that sound without the line drivers. Can I do that just by pushing the volume up? It sounds almost the same to me, but it's nice and handy to have that, I guess. I don't know if it is the same, but it sounds close enough. Let's do that just to get some mids and get how honky we can get this. Sorry, I meant that. Sounds like something my boy would bring home, like a little toy that he would have. Again, I need some alone time with that setting as well. That is hugely fun. I do like it with the line driver in. I guess the extra boost is getting more stuff from my amp. You know, that stuff, scientific term. I have spent a lot of time in that kind of area of the drive, so let's sort of try and get more of a rock tone rather than a fuzzy tone. But it's always going to be kind of fuzzy, I guess. Yep. Let's put the bias all the way up. Help it. it's always going to be this fuzzy, gritty thing that I've got going on. And that's the sound that I heard at NAMM when Nico was playing it. And I didn't really know what to expect. I've never had a BK Butler Tube Driver. I've never played one, so I don't know if this sounds like that. I do know that it sounds good, and it sounds like if I had this and a more regular drive, like a Tube Screamer, which doesn't have a tube, in case you don't know, and maybe some sort of Marshall-y thing and that amp, that's some nice tones there that could go fuzzy, but still stay drivey, as in not fuzz, more overdrive. It doesn't go quite into distortion. I don't know if it's going to chug. Oh, it does! Oh! Quite powerfully. That was deep and throaty. I'm going to have to put the baritone through it. I'm ready for the baritone. I'm not used to this being clear. I've got the drive right at the top, which is, I've spent a lot of this video with the drive at the top. And yes, there's hiss, but there should be. And at regular gain volumes, no. That's a very powerful EQ. What a fun sound. Because there's a tube pedal, because there's a tube in this pedal, that means you could switch the tube out. Now, what's in there is an ECC 832. That's what I was going to say. Sorry. What's in there is an ECC 832, which is somewhere between an 833 and an 831. Logically, it's just 832 is an unusual tube. So I've got a little selection of tubes. I'm going to take those and put those in the pedal, which means we can have a look at the insides and also find some new sounds just by changing the tube. What joy! I've got a Ruby Tubes. That is an 1287. What else have we got? A Tube Doctor. Oh, that's old. That's an AX7. That is something that came in an old pedal I got from AliExpress. I have no idea what that is, but we'll try it. That one is microphonic, so that might be fun. Right, let's have a go. Firstly, I've got to open this pedal up. In fact, I'm going to set this all to the middle. There we go. Then, that's all the way at the top. Yeah, driver's in the middle. That's out, that's out. There's the tube. There's a little thing to stop it rattling. Nice. We've also got, there's a little hole there. Does that mean we have a little pot? A micro pot? I can't see. There's something in there. I'm not touching it. Right. How hot is that? Not very. I feel like I should be using a glove here. Oh, I know. I use a little sock. Little sock. Oh, that is warm now. Wowee. Oh, please don't break this pedal, Andrew. Right. Out. Nice. I'm going to put that in my screwdriver kit thing. That's the original right there. Now, the way I'm going to do this is just switch out the tube, and then I've got a loop going on. I'll have the original tube versus the other tubes with no talking in between so you can hear the difference. Thank you. Now, I've been very complimentary about this. And it smells even better now that I've played it. That smells great. It smells like a gardening centre in the winter. Anyway, I do need to say that this is 299 euros. It is hand-built in Greece by Crazy Tube Circuits. And thankfully, Crazy Tube Circuits finally have a pedal with a tube in it. There's another pedal with a tube in it from TC Electronic. And that is considerably cheaper. And I just wanted to put them up against each other to see, not if this is worth the extra, but if there's a huge difference. I've never played this, by the way, so we're going to find out together. Now, first off, a visual comparison. This one has just 2 knobs. This one has many. This one is a soft switch. This one is also soft switch. So we've got it on and off. It doesn't feel, it feels cheaper. It is cheaper. Let's see what they sound like. Back with the AZ, and let's have some clean. I haven't matched the settings on here, but we've only got drive and level on this one, so let's see what this sounds like. That's going to sound better because it's louder, so let's give this a chance. Now, there's a lot of difference there. The Venus is creamier, and there's a lot more top end and possibly still more volume from the Tube Pilot. See if I can match them. Now, I've spent a long time playing with those two pedals. I'm not sure what we've cut out because I don't want to make this video too long. But for me, if you like this one, the Tube Pilot, it's going to cost you under $100. This one's going to cost you about 3 or 4 times as much. But this one, this Venus, going from the Venus to the Tube Pilot feels like I'm severely lacking in options. Of course, there's only 2 knobs on the Tube Pilot. Also, the sound is raspy and clicky on the Tube Pilot. It's probably got a cheap tube in there. The Venus has a more expensive tube in there, probably. Let's find out. Oh, why do I say these things? I make work for myself and work for you watching it. At least we can speed up the video, right? Okay, right, here we go. There's the tube in there. I really wouldn't want to try change. Oh, let's try changing it. Why do I say these things? There's no way I'm getting that. In fact, it's soldered. Okay, you can't change the tube in that because it's soldered in. I should have noticed that straight away. So to summarize that bit of the video, that's a better pedal by far. It is the more expensive pedal. Is it worth it? Only you can decide. If you like that sound, you might get there a little bit with cheaper alternatives, but this one gives you far more flexibility. And if I had the extra dough, I would definitely go for the Venus, which is kind of obvious, really, because better is better. And with more money, you should get better. Finally, this is a flavor of overdrive / fuzz that I really enjoy. I've never had it before. It is like owning a fuzz pedal that goes really, really drivey and a lot cleaner. It's a fun pedal. It's quite an investment for a drive, but if you base your sound around this, or indeed the original BK Tube Butler, and you want now to have that in a very pedalboard-friendly size and with less noise, that seems like a no-brainer. If you like adding flavorful overdrives to your board and having various different things for your tonal menu, this might also be a great addition. So, and I can't stop smelling it. That's really weird. Thank you, Crazy Tube Circuits and Face Distribution, for sending this out for review. There are links to it in the video description, and whilst you're down in that area, click the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!